Welcome to the Community Difference Plano. Powered by the Difference Media LLC. And hosted by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group. And sponsored by PBJ Mortgage, Jade Galt, Jim Thomas, Business Consulting and Funding, Fireboss Realty, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Asia Mahmood with Windhaven Academy, and by Lauren Gill with My Live, Love, Travel.
The Community Difference Plano was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals.
So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Plano starts now.
Good morning, Plano. Good morning. It's 11:32 on a milder, if that's a word, Wednesday morning. There's actually a chance of rain today, which is exciting. I want to welcome you to the Community Difference Plano, a podcast firmly rooted at the intersection of business development and community involvement. I'm your host, Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group, where we specialize in guiding your personal finance. We also offer tailored small business solutions. We're not just about financial freedom. We're passionate about empowering aspiring entrepreneurs to break free from the corporate world. So I invite you to join us on our mission to ignite the fire for freedom and help you to live life on fire. But let's get to it today. We've got a fantastic show as we continue our July topic, Beyond Referrals, developing strategic partnerships that create new business together. We're going to dive into that theme in our second segment. But first, we want to share with you what is happening in your community in Plano, what's happening in the wonderful city of excellence, Plano, Texas. But in order to do that, I need to have you help me welcome our amazing co-host for this week. First of all, a 37-year fire captain veteran. He is Dave Ramsey, master trained financial coach, taught biblical financial principles for over 2 decades. But for the past 12 years, he's been the team leader for Fireboss Realty, family-owned real estate team. He, alongside with his wife, Amy, daughter Carrie Jo, and son Blake, who himself is a fire captain, takes a relational approach to real estate, putting clients' needs above all else. Please welcome Scott Johnson. Scott, good morning.
Morning, Nathan. How are you this morning?
I'm doing fantastic. What are you most excited about today?
Man, it's July. It's hot outside. Our air conditioner took a dive, and we've got some great contractors. And they put in a brand new unit yesterday, so I posted on Facebook last night, my wife's not hot, and that's a good thing.
I'm sure. Boy, talk about something to get the comments going. What a fantastic marketing strategy. I hope she was on board with that.
She's okay with that.
You might be sleeping in the couch if she wasn't. So
no, it was nice and cool in the bedroom last night.
I imagine. Well, good for you. Good for you. That's awesome. Next, her first time as a co-host. You might have seen her on our Frisco show. She's now a part of our Plano community. Megan Schaffer, she brings a unique blend of retail experience and entrepreneurial spirit to the podcast. After a successful 13-year career in the retail world, she has shifted her focus to creating a new life for her family. She now owns a health insurance company called The Hive of the Happily Insured. What a great name. She dedicates herself to helping people navigate the complicated world of health insurance through building relationships and providing sound education. She's a passionate runner, avid traveler, loves exploring new places, attending wine festivals, and discovering local events. Please welcome first-time co-host to the show, Megan Schaffer.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hey,
Good
Megan.
morning. Glad you're here.
Thank you for having me on so quickly.
Well, we're excited. Yeah, we're excited to have you aboard, and you'll be joining us on our third week moving forward, and we should have another co-host. There'll be a 3 co-host week, which is going to be awesome. What are you most excited about?
I'm most excited about the fact that I love Plano. The city is great, and there's so many activities that are so close to home. Downtown Plano has an event for kids at the railroad station.
Yeah,
So you can actually take your little kiddo and they read a book in the railroad station
that's cool.
for $2. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well, tell me.
starting.
Well, hold on,
Yes.
because I want to let's talk about that in our next segment, in our What's Up Plano
Oh,
segment,
okay.
because I want to hear about that. But yeah, we're super excited to have you on the show, and I want to make sure we give enough time to that. But funny thing that you mentioned in the bio about attending wine festivals and traveling, because our next co-host is dedicated to creating lifelong memories through travel, specializing in
Mm.
meeting and incentive trips to Europe, all-inclusive trips to Mexico, the Caribbean, Hawaii, cruises. She brings a wealth of knowledge and expertise to her clients, also deeply involved with the community, creating enticing travel packages for nonprofits, helping them achieve their fundraising goals. Please welcome Lauren Gill to the show. Lauren, good morning to you. I think you're on mute, Lauren. When I was reading Megan's bio, I was like, this sounds like Lauren at the end. What are you most excited about today?
Absolutely. So some of y'all may know my son graduated from Texas Tech University in May, and he has 5 interviews this week. So for that next chapter in his life. So I'm
Sweet.
excited to see what's going to happen there.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, before we go to our break, let's bring in our guest today, a senior food donation specialist at the North Texas Food Bank. He's a key player on the food sourcing team for nearly 7 years, a native Texan. So we really like him for that, obviously. In Garland, he enjoys spending time outdoors, sporting events, traveling. Hey, there you go, Lauren. With his wife, Ronnie, and their dog, Kodak. The North Texas Food Bank aims to provide nutritious food for those facing hunger in North Texas, distributing, man, this is awesome, 375,000 meals daily across the 13-county service area. Please welcome Austin Rowe.
What's going on, everyone? Thanks for
How are
having me
you?
on.
We're glad you're here. What are you most excited about this morning?
I think just being on this podcast and be able to just share all things Plano. I mean, the North Texas Food Bank is based in Plano, so being able to talk about all things Plano and how we can better help and impact the community both on both ends. I'm super excited to be here.
Do you know, when I first saw your name, I was reminded, do you know there's an Austin Rowe, a critical person in U.S. history, part of the Revolution? Okay, so there's
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was critical in the George Washington spy ring that spied on the British. Spells his name, it spells it differently. It's R-O-E. But when I first saw that, I was like, oh, wow. Okay, so, but you'll want to look him up because he was pretty heroic.
You could be a super spy.
Yeah,
Right.
He was a super spy. Very important. So, and lastly, right before we go to break, the CEO of FRS Credit, a credit expert with 3 decades of experience educating consumers about credit, specializes in helping clients understand credit reporting and scoring systems, maximizing their scores and avoiding setbacks, speaks at seminars for professionals in the mortgage banking and real estate industry, and serves as a credit expert witness and legal consultant in credit-related lawsuits. His true passion is helping clients achieve their credit goals, such as home ownership. Please welcome Sean Lane to the podcast. Sean, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. What's it like being on a witness on lawsuits? That sounds exhilarating or terrifying. I don't know which one.
Well, it's just like anything else. Once you get a little experience with it, it's not a big deal to be deposed and to testify in court.
I guess it's nice being the expert on the expert end rather than being on the prosecuted end or
well,
the defensive end.
there's typically another expert on the other side trying to shoot holes in your opinion. So
Interesting.
It's always interesting.
Well, what are you most excited about this morning?
I'm excited to discuss this topic today because as a business owner, we have relied on referrals for years, and typically real estate type referrals, people that want to buy a house and their credit isn't up to snuff. And so over the past couple of years, real estate market's been a little bit tougher. And so we've had to get, more creative and, figure out other ways to drive business. So other than referrals. I mean, obviously we love referrals, but I can't control the flow of referrals.
No one's going to turn away referrals, but you're right. So that's going to be, we're going to jump into that in our second segment, rather. When we come back, we're going to find out what's going on in Plano in our What's Up Plano segment. So we're going to go to break. Stick around, enjoy our sponsors, enjoy this commercial. We'll be right back.
The Community Difference Plano is made possible by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Jim Thomas, business consultant and business funding expert, Tyler Clifton with Jay Galt, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Asiya Mahmood with Windhaven Academy, Lauren Gill with My Live Love Travel, Scott Johnson with Fireboss Realty, and by Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready? Because it's time for
What's Up Plano?
What's Up Plano? Sponsored by Voodoo Brewery. If you're looking for a fantastic place to unwind, grab a delicious craft beer and support local, you want to look no further than Voodoo Brewery. They're not your typical chain. They're local owned and operated, so you're giving back to the community when you visit. They have a huge selection of beers, including some very unique offerings. One of them that I want to share with you is called Oh Mama. Okay, it's a traditional golden lager. It's a great name, right? Brewed for the Steel City in collaboration with American rock and the band Styx. They are the inspiration. Name and artwork comes from Styx' hit song Renegade, commonly played at Heinz Field as an anthem for the Steelers. So if you're a Cowboys fan, maybe this is not the beer for you, but it looks fantastic. They also have a wide variety of other local beers, delicious pub fare, and a family-friendly atmosphere. So when you're downtown Plano, make sure to check them out. Tell them you heard about them on The Difference, and you'll get 20% off your first beer. Let's find out what's up, Plano. What's going on today? Scott, we're going to start with you. A couple of exciting events that we want to touch on.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know it because I'm a big fireman guy, but I love musicals. That's
dude. Me too, and I'm not ashamed to say it.
I love musicals, and there's a couple going on downtown right now. Country Fair, which is a country hit musical, July 26th to 28th, and they've got matinees on Saturday and Sunday also. It's at the Willow Bend Center for Arts, Brody Copeland Theater, and it's a Collegiate Pursuits production, which that's a college prep program for students that are grades 10 through 12. They're getting ready to go into college programs for the arts. It's a small theater. Tickets are $20 to $30 a piece. Front row tickets are $30. Everything else in the house is $20. And this is based on Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing, only with country hit music. If you like Much Ado About Nothing, the more classic version, that's also downtown at the Samuel Grant Amphitheater. They're doing evenings, July 30th to August 4th. And that's the Junior Players. Junior Players was founded in 1955, and it's the oldest nonprofit children's theater organization in Dallas. And they do really good performances. It's really good stuff. So if you've got some time and you want to go catch a musical, these are some young people that do a really good job, work really hard at what they're doing, and they put on a really good show.
Now, are they're young folks? Are they still in high school, did you say? Or are they just out of high school, just young professionals, or where are the kids coming from specifically?
They're still high school kids. The collegiate prep program is grades 10 through 12.
Obviously preparing for college. Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah. and then the other one is depending on the role that's being played, but all of the roles in the other one, it's all children's theater. Okay.
Now, is anyone else brave enough to say that they also enjoy musicals? And if so, which one? Sean?
I've only seen a few musicals in my day, but, I think Lion King was one of the best that we saw on Broadway.
You saw it actually. Really, did you see it in New York?
We did, yeah, years ago with the kids.
Okay, awesome. I'm a big fan of Wicked, the musical. I've seen that about 3 times. That's a good one. Lauren, what about you?
Love Wicked, love Phantom, and Les Mis.
Those are all fantastic. Well, I'm excited to see what these young folks do. I think it's going to be really exciting, especially when you can encourage their growth, and the collegiate prep is obviously a good part of that program as well. Now, Megan, you had kind of mentioned it earlier, but talk about my son's actually been to what you're going to share, and it's a really cool experience. So talk about the train. It's in the downtown area, I think, right outside of Haggard Park. But I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, so at the railroad station, I mean, it's something for everyone, not just kids, because I know a lot of adults like to look around and enjoy the knowledge that they have in there for you. But I mean, something to do with your kiddos when it's real hot outside is go just enjoy some story time. $2 for an hour, I don't think is a bad deal when you can
Not at
enjoy the
all.
rest of, yeah. And then
Yeah.
you get to enjoy the rest of downtown. Like you said, it's right by Haggard Park. So you could walk around there. There's Georgia's farmer's market. Go get you some spicy pickles or okra. And then just enjoy the rest of the day.
A lot of times here, a lot of different opportunities. Looks like basically every week here through middle of September. So lots of opportunities to do that moving forward. I love how you mentioned the farmers market. But your go-to is spicy pickles. Is that what you said?
Yeah, my husband loves these habanero pickles that are there.
Yeah.
And if he runs out, I will just always go get a jar so he has them on hand.
Scott, you have fire in your name as a business. Are you a spicy foods person also?
I am not a spicy foods person, but I am a Dave's hot pickle fan.
Okay. Well, is that what they have there?
You get those at the store, but there's a lot to do in downtown Plano. So when you're down there at the railroad, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's about 15 different places to choose from. One of them being Voodoo, everything in walking distance. So yeah, I love how, so it's also, they have the story time, but it's also a history museum of the train history museum through Plano, which has, I mean, really the railroad coming through all of DFW has a huge historical part of the expansion of the railroad throughout the United States. So it's a really cool museum, really cool time to learn about some specific Plano history. Austin, I know you've got an event coming up that's really important with North Texas Food Bank. So share that with us if you would.
Yeah, so we've got an exciting event that that I guess the DFW area hosts. It's DFW Restaurant Week, and that's hosted by a couple different sponsors. But really, if you aren't familiar with Dallas, the DFW Restaurant Week, it's one of the largest culinary events in North Texas, and it's raised over $12 million for North Texas Food Bank and Lena Pope over the last 27 years. So basically what it is restaurants develop prefix menus, and approximately 20% of the cost of each meal goes to those two charities, North Texas Food Bank and Lena Pope. The restaurants, I mean, this year, I think there's over 100 different restaurants that you can call, make a reservation on their website. The website's dfwrestaurantweek.com, and I'll actually post that or have Scott or you, Nathan, post that in the Facebook group after this. But you can call via Open Table and say, hey, I want to do the DFW Restaurant Week and make a reservation. And then also, if you just walk in, you can say, hey, I would like the DFW Restaurant Week menu. That runs August 5th to September 1st, with the main week being August, I believe, the 5th through the 11th. And so, yeah, it's a really big campaign and event, and we'd love to. There's so many good restaurants. A lot of them, I think there's Urban Seafood Company in Plano. There's a lot of local Plano restaurants. So be sure to check those out, make reservations, and go eat some good food at a good price and a good benefit.
Give us the website again, if you would, Austin.
It is www.dfwrestaurantweek.com.
dfwrestaurantweek.com. Well, I know Scott, just our conversations, I know you're a big fan of food, so Scott and I are probably in. We'll find a restaurant to go to support that. I know Lauren, Megan, Sean, I don't know you that well, but I assume you eat food. So.
Oh, I love food. Yeah.
I went out on a limb there. Go ahead.
What's really cool about that is I've actually done that every year. You get to a restaurant that you might not want to pay the prices for all the time. You get to select a 3-course meal for $35 or $45. It's totally worth it to try a restaurant that's been on your list.
So it's a good way to check off some of those more costly restaurants, but also for a good cause. That's awesome.
Exactly.
It's a win-win.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yep.
Lauren, a couple other things involving our police department and puppies. I'll let you.
Well,
that's a cliffhanger there, I guess.
Yeah, right. Not together.
Not together. Yeah.
So the first is the Pins for Paws bowling event that's going to take place at Plano Super Bowl. It's their biggest fundraiser of the year. It's actually for kittens. Now, bowling does not mean that you come back with a kitten. You could potentially adopt one because the goal is to find forever homes for kittens.
You don't bowl the kittens. Also,
you do not bowl with the kittens.
No. Let's make sure
No.
that's understood.
And thankfully, you don't have to be a good bowler. My all-time worst bowling score is an 8, and so they would still allow me to participate because I would be paying to register and could, bowl to my, terrible heart's content. So that's on August 4th, and again, it's at Plano Super Bowl. So it's a great way to serve a cause, get in the air conditioning because we all know August is one of the hottest months in North Texas. And so encourage checking that out. And then the second thing I've got for us is the Plano Police Department Citizens Police Academy registration is also open. This is a great opportunity for Plano citizens to learn more about what the police force does. The classes are taught by police officers in specific areas. So some of the classes that somebody may experience is crime prevention, canine policing, narcotics enforcement, neighborhood policing, and patrolling. So the folks that are providing that training are police officers in those realms. And those classes start on August 29th, and they run from 7 to 10 p.m. on Thursdays.
That's fantastic. I need to find out after the show how you possibly bowled an 8, but
sounds like you needed the bumpers.
Yeah, we won't embarrass you live.
I'm a bumper and ramp girl. Yeah,
it's okay. That's okay. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Well, a couple more things before we go to our break here. We will be celebrating. I shouldn't say celebrating. We'll be hosting our happy hour on July 25th at Voodoo Brewery the same day. It's going to be 5:00. During that time also, Voodoo Brewery is going to have their Christmas in July, which is a really cool event. They're going to have different vendors from the area, local businesses. So you come out, you meet some people through the difference, but you also get to connect with other small businesses that are going to offer, their products and services, whatever they're doing specifically. But it's a good way, literally you could start shopping for Christmas early. I know people hate to think that in July, but it's always a fun event to just do the July Christmas thing. Obviously, have some great beer. Also, if you will comment the hashtag Voodoo Difference on the show or at some point over the next week in the Facebook group, you will be eligible to receive one of our monthly giveaways to Voodoo Brewery. You get one appetizer, one entree, one drink. That's a fantastic value. We'll pick a winner and we'll give that to you. You'll go out, you'll experience a great time there. Be great for a date night and just to get to meet some fantastic people, but also to impress your significant other, whatever you want to do. So that's going to be awesome. Last thing for me next week, Angela Powell, one of these school board members for Plano, a good friend of our show. We haven't had her on in a while. She's been having some other political aspirations, but she is still serving on the school board. We're going to have her on specifically for this segment to talk about what's going on as we enter into the 24-25 school year. Lastly, I'll let Lyndon finish us off here. We've got a big event coming up next weekend on Saturday, the Community Difference Business Development Alliance. So I'll let him take it from there.
Yeah, thank you, Nathan. Yeah, we do. I mean, one of the things that I'm not sure our viewers know is the way that the Community Difference podcast got started is through our collective efforts to create a business development alliance, much like a networking, but it's beyond networking. And I think that, Sean touched on this before. Perfect example, and I think you're going to hear about this, is that many of us are end up being referral dependent. And when you are referral dependent, you are that word dependent is a very strong word. And so one of the things that we want to help people understand is what business development truly means and how to create a sustainable organization and partnerships, strategic partnerships and brand ambassadors. And so we've been able to partner with the Dallas Stars Frisco Fighters organization to be able to host some of these events at their facility, the Choctaw Club Lounge in Frisco. Our first one will be July 27th. This will be something that goes on about every 2 months. And over time, we will start developing smaller, kind of like small group business development alliances within our communities, Frisco, Plano, Wiley, Rockwall, and other communities that we'll be adding along the way. But what we're looking at is basically, pioneering a paradigm shift of ecosystem-driven networking, business development, and community engagement, collaborating with each other and integrating, synergizing all of that together so that you can really see what it looks like to see a business grow and not be referral dependent.
Yeah. Very excited as we look to. So next week we've got our happy hour, and on Thursday and then Saturday, of course, the inaugural event with the Community Difference Business Development Line. So please make sure you come out to that. It's going to be a fantastic time to meet new people, develop new relationships. When we come back, we'll jump into our topic today. Can't wait to share with all of you, hear your exciting thoughts and feedback. Stick around. We'll be right back on Community Difference Plano.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Frisco Fighters prepare to reach new heights at Comerica Center this spring. From competitive matchups to exciting theme nights, you won't want to miss a second of the action. Join us and experience high-scoring, hard-hitting indoor football that's fun for the whole family to enjoy. Visit FriscoFighters.com for game highlights, tickets, or to reserve your spot at the Tarmac Tailgate Party.
Everyone deserves access to affordable health insurance, but with traditional insurance, costs can be high and getting coverage can be complicated. JP Direct Health is a simpler, more affordable way to get the health coverage you need. With plans for individuals, families, and small businesses, you can save money on monthly premiums without the need for physicals. At jpdirecthealth.com, we specialize in customizing coverage to fit almost every budget with affordable PPO plans and many other benefits. With over 100 5-star Google reviews, JP Direct Health is a trusted resource making health insurance affordable and accessible for everyone year-round. Affordable health insurance solutions are a proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Visit jpdirecthealth.com today and see how much you can save.
I'm always here to help. Thank you.
Enjoy DFW's most fun, affordable night out and catch the Rough Riders, the AA affiliate of the Rangers, at beautiful Riders Field in Frisco. The Riders are back home July 9th through 14th. The weekend opens with First Responders Night presented by Peak Roofing and Construction on July 12th, Texas Monthly Barbecue Night on the 13th, and Bluey Theme Day on the 14th. Get your tickets at ridersbaseball.com. The Frisco Rough Riders, the AA affiliates of your Texas Rangers.
Are you or someone you know pregnant or planning to conceive? Caitlin Smith is both a certified childbirth doula and instructor offering childbirth classes to couples wanting an unmedicated, physiological birth outside of the hospital setting. Caitlin has served the local community since 2021 and specializes in working closely with midwives, all while best supporting a mother's physical body, her partner, and the birth environment. You can contact Caitlin through Instagram at thismamadoula or email her at caitlinsmithdoula@gmail.com to learn more about childbirth classes or her doula services.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
Welcome back. In the break, you saw a couple of our sponsors, specifically the Frisco Fighters. Their final game of the season, regular season, I should say, they made the playoffs. They've had a fantastic year, is this Saturday, July 20th. We're going to be out there celebrating a great season, celebrating a great partnership with them. If you would like tickets, first of all, tickets are very inexpensive, but if you'd like some tickets through us, okay, we love to bring you out there as one of our personal guests. Comment Frisco Fighters, hashtag Frisco Fighters in the comments, or reach out to us afterwards. We'll see what we can do to get you some tickets to come out there and be with us. Man, if you haven't been to a game, it's one of the most fun sporting events in the area, right? That also won't break the bank. You may be a big Cowboys fan, but you have to take out a small business loan to go out there to Jerry World from time to time, which, that may not be a good thing. So come out, hang out with us. Got a lot of opportunities to do that this week.
Nathan, remind them real quick, though, if they do get tickets through us, they're complimentary.
Yes. I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear. Yes.
Free is better than cheap.
That's right.
Free. And you won't need to go see Sean.
That's right. Yes.
Right.
You won't have a hit on your credit report for something like a sporting event, which probably doesn't look good. I don't know. Yes. Free, complimentary, whatever word you like. Come out and see us. Also have tickets to the Rough Riders. Throw up the Rough Riders schedule, if you would, Lyndon, real quick. A ton of games left this season. I think they end at the beginning of September. The Blue Games are in home. So if you'd like to come out and see us and bring your family, friends, coworkers, whatever, reach out as well. We'd like to give you some complimentary tickets. And just a big thanks to our partners, the Mesquite Rodeo, obviously the Rough Riders and the Frisco Fighters, and obviously all our other business partners that you see on our commercial breaks. It's been a great season thus far, and we look to build more strategic partners as we go through the rest of the year. So let's jump on in. Speaking of strategic partnerships, going beyond referrals, developing strategic partners that help us create new business together. Let's start here because I know, Sean, specifically, you were talking about being excited for the topic because you saw the need for doing that, right? You said you've been referral dependent. So I'll start with you, but then to everyone, why is this important? Okay. We're not against referrals, right? If somebody wants to give us business, we'll gladly take it. But why is going beyond referrals something that's so important for small businesses, and specifically what you discovered yourself?
Yeah, for me, is this my turn?
Yes.
I didn't know if you were asking everybody.
No, but starting with you.
Yeah, definitely. There's no better lead than a warm referral, right? But the problem with that is that we can't control how many we get, and so being in our business for so many years, we were heavily dependent on referrals from the real estate market, both real estate agents and loan officers. Because we help people improve their credit so that they can do things in life. And the best type of client for us is somebody that wants to buy a house, because you can do a lot of things with bad credit, including buy a car and have 20% interest on your auto loan, but you cannot buy a house. And so that is a motivated client for us. And so we've survived on referrals for so many years. And as interest rates started going up and inflation started spiking, and home prices are, as a homeowner, I love it. Don't get me wrong, but equity in a home in Texas is kind of a relatively new thing. I've owned a lot of homes in the last 27 years. I think we've owned 5 or 6 homes, and it wasn't until the last 5 or 6 years, or maybe 7 years, that we were experiencing significant equity in homes. But there's the challenge on the other side, is that it just makes it more difficult for those folks maybe that are renting, that have credit issues, to be able to get into a home that they own. And so our the result of that is our referrals over the last few years have gone down. When I'd normally maybe get 10 or so referrals from a mortgage loan officer, I might get 2 in a month. And so, we needed to get more referral partners, but we had to come up with other ways to do things, and so other methods of marketing. So, I've always been in a networking group. I'm in a group with Lauren. We've been together for years. Some of the things I do, to support the referral business is, I have a Realtor CE class. So it's a continuing education class that I have approved, where I teach my credit class. It's a 1-hour CE for realtors. So a lot of times I'll go into real estate offices and do that. I'll partner with mortgage loan officers, we'll do lunch and learn type settings. But I had to think outside, the box of what we normally thought about. So some of the things we're doing, is we're doing social media advertising. Is one of the things that we've started doing, and I've invested, some money in that over the last year, and that is not easy. You can waste a lot of money doing that. So that's just one angle of what we're doing a little bit differently. Another thing that I've been doing is, contacting folks that are in the business lending space, because people that own a business, they need money as well. And many of those folks, same as people who are renting, they need capital, and they might have, credit issues. And so one thing that I've started doing for about a year now is I am a workshop presenter for SCORE, which is it's a resource partner for the Small Business Association, the SBA. And so I teach a credit class once a quarter to business owners, people who are trying to start a business, trying to grow their business, and so forth. And so there's just some of the things, that we're doing. I love to teach. I love to teach about credit, because so many people, credit is a mystery. They have good credit, they have bad credit, they don't really know the ins and outs. And so education is a big thing for us. We want to educate folks, because I've learned that two things can improve everybody's credit. It's time and education. If you let enough time pass, those negative derogatory things eventually age off the credit report. But the problem is the education. I see people make the same mistakes over and over again, which keep them in, perpetual state of low credit. So I love to educate.
I was going to say, go ahead, Scott.
That's one of the things. I've taught Dave Ramsey stuff for years, and Dave teaches you don't need a credit score, and that just sounds absurd to me. Yeah. I mean, I think Dave has a good program for helping people get out of debt, and it's very effective, and we've helped people for years. But to say you don't need your credit score is your financial resume in our world today. Your insurance is cheaper. You can't get a job on our fire department if you don't have a good credit score, because who wants somebody with financial problems in their house when you can't be in your own house?
Absolutely. That's why I call the credit score, it's our adult GPA. It's our grade point average. So many things we do have a credit score component.
Let me jump in, because one thing that you said, Sean, specifically, and I want to kind of got us back here, because you mentioned Facebook and Facebook ad. One of the things when it comes to building these strategic partners, going beyond referrals, you talked about Facebook and leveraging community platforms. You see at the difference, obviously, we have our community Facebook pages. What we're doing right now live is a community platform, right? So what the goal of that is to build know, like, and trust for each of you guys that are on the podcast, having that interaction, right? The strategic partnerships that may come from this. But another big part of building strategic partnerships is finding what we call brand ambassadors. And the idea behind a brand ambassador is someone that, you guys have probably all had a really good client appointment, somebody that just sings your praises, somebody that just, you feel like this is somebody that represents me. They put a referral. They go put a good review out. And ultimately what that does is that's somebody that's spreading the word for you, right? Without actually, you having to talk about yourself. Okay. Because we're all, Sean, I can see you're obviously passionate about what you do, Scott, Megan, Lauren, Austin. But if we can get people to talk about us rather than us talking about ourselves, you guys ever post something on Facebook about someone else and it blows up and it's on, but you post the same thing about yourself, it's like crickets.
Well,
There's just something. Go ahead.
That's one of the things that I think the North Texas Food Bank does really well is they have tons of brand ambassadors, just tons of them. I don't know. I guess Austin could speak to that, but
I mean, that's literally how we're able to do what we do. Just with brand ambassadors in the community. It's like, I wrote down something to share with y'all. It's like, together with the support of community. Again, let me say the first part again. Together with the support of the community, our mission is to close the hunger gap in North Texas by providing access to nutritious food. I'm a walking billboard. I have to be for my job, and I want on our team, this food sourcing team, we work to source purchased and donated product. Think of our distribution center in Plano as we bring in the food, but then that food goes out directly to all of our partner agencies, which are our homeless. Think of food pantries, homeless shelters, soup kitchens. Our goal is to get the food to those cities and those partners in need in our 13 county service area. So for my job, I'm going into grocery stores, local grocery stores, manufacturers. Our team is, shout out to our team, the food sourcing team. Our goal is to build those brand ambassadors, because I want people talking about the North Texas Food Bank. I want people to know about the North Texas Food Bank. I want people to share their experience and how we treated them and how we worked with them to rescue food, to where we can just build that clientele and those donors to just, expand in our 13 counties, and just so we can feed more and more people with that rescued food. And so, we do that a number of ways that I could probably touch on in a little bit, but really, yeah, it's those brand ambassadors are so important to our community.
Let me ask you this: how do you because you talk about building brand ambassadors, how do you maintain kind of the know, like, and trust factor that you ultimately want to get from developing strategic partners? But a big part of leveraging community platforms like Facebook or Instagram is to get that presence out there, the top of mind strategies, et cetera, build that know, like, and trust. But what you've developed so far, the partnerships that you have, how has that helped you guys maintain your personal know, like, and trust factor, for the North Texas Food Bank? Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you've got to have a strategic plan. You've got to have a stewardship plan to specifically for our donors and for your brand ambassadors. It's saying thank you. It's identifying those relationships and cultivating and sustaining those relationships and prioritizing those, and having specifically for our brand that stewardship aspect of saying thank you, keeping in touch, having that frequency of like, I'm going to touch base with these donors X, Y, and Z bi-weekly, monthly. I think having that kind of plan is such a big factor for the success and the continued success of the North Texas Food Bank and our business.
Megan, you went from the retail career to opening up your own business, the Hive of the Happily Insured. I love that name. What are some strategies that you've used to utilize community platforms like Facebook, Instagram? Obviously, this is one of those platforms now, which we're excited to have you as one of our co-hosts. But how have you seen that increasing your engagement, your visibility in the health insurance space?
Well, a couple of things, and definitely like one you said, definitely giving shout outs for other people. You want to show that you're supporting others, and in turn they'll give it right back very easily. They will not even think twice to refer you, because you've done them a service by giving them a shout out. I know groups are a big thing. So I'm a mom, a young mom, or I shouldn't say I'm not a young mom. I started late, but my kiddo is young. And so being in mom groups have really helped, kind of narrowing down who you want to focus on. So when you go to a group and you join a group, introduce yourself. I have definitely done some training with Facebook and Instagram as far as my posting skills. And you want to put a picture with your posts all the time, because if not, your post is going to get lost. So doing a nice introduction, ending with questions to get engagement. That's another big thing, because you want people to come to your page, but I'm all about fun. I don't want to talk about health insurance. I want to talk about, like, today, it's World Emoji Day. What's the last emoji you used? So, I mean, I just think those are fun
It's
things
a great
to,
rapid fire question, I think.
yeah, right. And I mean, also, like, I know Lauren, we're in some groups together, and when I see travel agent, I'm referring Lauren and dropping her link in there to have them hopefully go fill out, and she gets that customer. So it's working with people I want to know what you want me to refer you.
Yeah.
Is it your Facebook business page? Is it your Instagram? What platform do you use that you'd want people to see? Not everybody is the same, but finding those partnerships and basically leveraging them to refer each other, post about each other, support, and just support each other that way, I think is something that I know I've noticed has been getting me traction, because I'm fairly new to social media. I had it, but I didn't utilize it to my ability or for a
Yeah.
business. So, and
Well,
now it's just been,
it's
but
definitely a learning curve. It's something to think about, as we're all looking to develop these strategies. But you think, what is a strategy that could allow me, in my business, X business, to meet, a professional in some other business for the first time, that then you guys could together create a strategy to get both brands in front of people that have never heard either one of you before. Okay. So that's ultimately what we're doing. When we talk about we talked about cost-based marketing last month. You talk about developing new partnerships. And cost-based marketing is developing new partnerships, right?
Yeah.
This is just taking it a step further, and that's the way you have to think, because sometimes in our partnerships, we try to build just a kind of more robust referral machine instead of actually looking to build a partnership, right? What I mean by that is, well, let me find somebody that could refer me people. That's the strategic partnership. Well, again, that's not bad, but you can build a strategic partnership with a brand that has nothing to do with what you're doing. Okay. You do that through cost-based marketing. You do that through whatever strategy that you come up with to put your brand, your ideas, what you're doing in front of people, where you're kind of promoting each other and not promoting yourself. And when you do that, it doesn't really matter what your brand is, because you're giving to someone else, and then all of a sudden you're the emphasis isn't on you, right? Because people don't want to hear us talk about ourselves that often, right? Lauren, I know that y'all are doing something from a brand ambassador standpoint that I think you wanted to share.
Well, a couple of things. One is, when we talk about know, like, and trust, at the end of the day, this is a relationship building space. And so people need to know your character. So whether they have directly worked with you, so for example, what Megan's sharing with some of these Facebook groups, there's a core group of us who will go in, and when we see a need for health insurance, or for I don't know, financial services or whatever, we all kind of like dogpile in and we recommend each other. And so then these folks that are asking the question see multiple like recommendations for this person. And we may have never actually traveled with each other, or I haven't needed private health insurance, but I know the character of the people that I'm referring, and so or recommending, and so I feel comfortable doing that, and it builds their reputation within that group with the folks that they're seeing. Along with the like effective strategy piece for meeting a professional, one thing that came to mind just for my industry, for example, would be somebody who's in, say, event planning, or wedding planner. And again, reaching out to that person, connecting, wanting to see how I can best serve and support their business, meeting, strategizing to see how we can perhaps put together an event like Sean talks about, which can be beneficial to, brides, or, other folks that do plan events, a nonprofit perhaps, that puts on galas, or putting together a Facebook group that's got common interests and inviting people into that so that we can both support each other's brands. But again, at the end of the day, we've got to invest some time to get to know each other so that we have that know, like, and trust piece.
Well, I like that because, I mean, the whole idea of a brand ambassador, and this is what you see social media influencers doing, right? They have 1,000, or million followers, and then they get, some brand reaches out to them and says, hey, talk about my brand. Well, because everybody likes that person, even though that person may not be that exciting, but they like that person, they can talk about, Joe's face cream or whatever the product is. I don't know. And everyone's going to go buy it because that influencer has built a know, like, and trust factor. And I don't know if we see ourselves in that capacity, but we should. We should want to become that level of influence, at least within our community. We may not be someone that has 6 million followers on Instagram. I don't know. All right. But we can have that kind of influence, and probably more at a deeper level, right? Because of the relationships that we build within the community. So I want to just kind of give a step-by-step as we wrap up here. When you think about your process of creating new business, looking specifically at the brand ambassador piece, right? So one thing you want to do is identify loyal clients and partners that are enthusiastic about your brand. Why do you do that? Just find people that had a good experience with you, right? And then sometimes you want to even, provide resources to help them promote your business. Hey, here's my page. Hey, here's some cards. Hey, here's Jackie Tobar with the proven national title out of our Wiley show. She did our lunch and learn yesterday, and she brought these little golf markers with her logo on. Silly things like that are fun, but help your let people do pins, right? Whatever it is to help your brand ambassadors promote your business, right? Provide incentives. They refer somebody, they get a discount, or they get a free, whatever the case may be. And then lastly, what's going to happen is you're going to see a result, a buzz in a sense, around that ambassador program that makes your business trendy and desirable because it's out there all the time, whether it be through hashtags or pictures or whatever incentive or program that you've set up. And so it just takes some very intentional planning and thought to start building a brand outside of you talking about yourself all the time. And that's going to help you get away. Go ahead, Scott.
I think that's the key there too, is to be proactive about building those brand ambassadors, to be proactive about building relationships. You'll hear me say almost every day, life is relationships, everything else is details. You build the relationships with people, they go to the know, like, and trust. Once they trust you, they'll do business with you. And you don't, like you said, don't have to have anything in common with their business, but you have their audience now, they have your audience now, and y'all can share that space, but you have to be proactive about getting to that place where you're sharing those referrals, you're sharing those interactions, you're sharing what each of you do, so that when somebody's looking for that particular service or product, they know where to go to get it.
Exactly. Well, hopefully that's been helpful. As we go to break here real quick, I know Lyndon wanted to share something in the back. So Lyndon, go ahead and then take us to break.
Well, one of the things I'd like to say is just how simple it is to really, in today's digital world, to build business together. I'm a 30-year entrepreneur, and it didn't used to be this way. And that's why we all became referral dependent. You had to have referrals. We didn't have the marketing budgets that the people that could have a billboard or a advertisement in a newspaper or anything, radio, TV, a lot of us didn't have those type of budgets. So it was word of mouth, and that was it. Today with the digital world, there's never been a better time to be an entrepreneur than there is now, because you are not limited on how you can market. One of the things that we did in our lunch and learn yesterday, we recognized Debbie Watson, who's part of the Frisco show, going to be part of the Rockwall show now, as our entrepreneur of the month. And what we've decided to do is go in and invite our social media footprint followers to join her page, right? And so in less than 24 hours, we've increased hers almost 100 people. And so we're going to expand this to where we get everybody part of our community of the difference, which is over 30 something people right now. Just doing that, just going in and saying, hey, go look at Debbie Watson's page and take a look and get to know this person. We could effectively, in a month's time, put 5,000 to 6,000 people in her page that now is going to be able to see her message on a regular basis. That didn't cost us anything. It didn't cost her anything, but it can be powerful. That's all I got. We'll go ahead and hit our next break unless somebody has a comment.
Now, when we come back, we'll jump in with our guests a little bit more, get to know them on a more personal level. So stick around. We'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Hey Texans, hold on to your hats. The Mesquite Championship Rodeo, newest sponsor partner of the Community Difference shows, is back, bigger and better than ever. Witness the heart-pounding action as the best riders in the world compete for glory. Feel the thrill of the chase, the raw power of nature, and the unbreakable spirit of the West. Don't miss your chance to be part of the legend. Get your tickets now for the Mesquite Championship Rodeo or win yours free just for watching the Community Difference shows.
Are you searching for fast, reliable, and affordable heating and air solutions in the Wiley, Sac C, Murphy, Garland, Rowlett, Lavon, Richardson, Plano, and Allen areas of Texas? Then look no further than Martin Heating and Air LLC. With over 15 years of experience, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service tailored to your specific needs. Don't let a broken HVAC unit ruin your comfort. Call us today at 469-380-9864 or visit our website to schedule an appointment. Martin Heating and Air LLC, your trusted partner for all your heating and air conditioning needs.
Unwanted pests in your home can be stressful. From creepy crawlies to critters under the floorboards, they disrupt your peace of mind. But don't worry. All Pest Solutions is here to help. We offer a comprehensive range of safe and effective pest control solutions. We target all types of pests, big or small, including insects, rodents, and wildlife. All Pest Solutions, your local experts for a pest-free home. Breathe easy and enjoy your life again. Call today for a free quote. 972-442-1169 or email us at customerservice@allpestsolutions.com.
Buying a home? It should be an exciting time, not a stressful one. At Proven National Title, we understand that buyers want fast, reliable, transparent, seamless, convenient title and closing services. Therefore, our services are not limited to our office or yours. Let Jackie Tobar and all the fine folks at Proven National Title help make your dream of homeownership a reality. Call us today for a smooth and stress-free closing. Contact us at 972-752-8540 or email at jackie.tobar@provennationaltitle.com. Proven National Title. Give me one and I'll earn the rest.
To belong is one of our most basic human needs. Best Buddies International is the world's largest organization dedicated to ending the social isolation of 200 million individuals who have intellectual and developmental disabilities. We focus on meaningful one-to-one friendships, integrated employment, leadership development, and inclusive living. You have the power to make an impact, create change, and champion our mission of inclusion today.
And now, back to the show.
Welcome back as we jump in with our guest on a little more personal level. I want to start with you, Austin, and I probably could imagine the answer to this, but I want to hear it in your own words. With the work you do, obviously, as a nonprofit, talk to us. What is the most challenging part of your job, or with North Texas Food Bank? But then on the flip side, what is the most rewarding?
Ooh, that's a good question. So, like I said earlier, I'm on our food sourcing team at the food bank. So we're in charge of procuring purchased and donated product. I would probably say the challenging part would be, the need is just so great that always trying to find access to more and more food. Because ideally we'd like to go out of business. Like, I would like to not have a job. I'd like the food bank to not be in existence, but unfortunately the reality is it's not going to go away most likely anytime soon. And so I think that's the most challenging part, is just finding unique ways to fund or our organization and just meet the need. We've got over 500 partner agencies. Those, like I said earlier, the food pantries, homeless shelter, soup kitchens that we provide food to. And so it's like, how can we not just provide food, but provide access to healthy, nutritious food for their clients and neighbors in need. So that's probably the most challenging, is just trying to come up with how do we continue to grow and increase and meet the need. The most rewarding, I think, is on the flip side of that, being able to. I'm a people person. That's why I'm in this industry. That's why I've worked for the food bank for 7 years now. I feel like I'm good with people most of the time. My family always gives me a hard time because I can talk to a wall, but that's why I think that's the most rewarding thing is my job. I'm in the field a lot, so I'm visiting a lot of the grocery stores. Think of all the grocery stores in Plano. I've been in every single one of those, and so it's building those relationships on a store level, on a corporate level, on a donor level, on both sides. And so that's definitely the most rewarding part, is the people I get to work with. Every day is so different. And I travel a lot within our 13 counties. So I could be in Sherman one day. I could be in Corsicana the next. I could be in Grand Prairie, Sherman. I could be in Plano. I'm kind of all over. So, and I really like that. So
that's good.
The people.
Well, I want to ask the same thing to Megan. Before I do that, I want to give a shout out to some of our comments here to Jackie Tobar, Jeannie Smith, Brian Podeska, and we have a listener from Kansas City here. So thank you so much. The old bald guy, no name, but he's very confident in his hair situation. So Baldwin City, Kansas City. So thank you for listening. The old bald guy. Wish we knew his name, but that's okay. Megan, to you, as you transitioned into a new space, how do what was the transition? Probably was challenging, but what do you find challenging? Then on the flip side, also super rewarding as well.
What haven't I found challenging?
Probably could all answer that in some capacity.
Yeah. The most rewarding thing I will say is the networking piece. Without that, you just really can't build your business, because I'm finding people, for one, not just to partner and work together, but just successful people who've already maybe had other businesses and moved on to something else and know how to work LinkedIn. Like Janice yesterday, when I talked to her, I didn't know she could give me so many tips. Lauren's helped me with a post. I mean, it's just the little tips that you get here and there really make you appreciate the people that you're partnering and working and putting in your circle to make your business grow and their business grow. So I mean, I love, like how Austin said, like, we're in the people business, and I enjoy your success. Like seeing you or someone else get an award like Debbie. I mean, that to me is rewarding, even for me, because I got to know Debbie through networking. Otherwise, I would have probably never crossed paths with her if I didn't change careers and step out of my four walls of a corporate world, So and that also has helped me grow. Never going to stop growing and learning and taking in any advice and information that y'all want to give me. But I also want to be able to bring value to that. So I'm creative in other areas, and I have good ideas. I might just not know how to execute them, and throwing them out there. Like with you and me, we can, partner together to create something, special.
We're working on that right now, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Sean, to you, kind of different bent a little bit. How do you define success in your role in your company specifically?
I think the way I define success is, the number of people that we can help achieve, their goal with their credit. Whether that's buying a house or, just escaping the bondage of low credit, which causes everything to cost more. When we can help somebody do that over and over again, different people, if we take really good care, and that's one of the things we do at our company. When I went out and began growing this beyond myself. I've got nine employees now. I didn't look for anybody that had experience in my field. I looked for people that shared my core values. And so, if I can, us being very giving and helping and being available to our clients, if we take really good care of our clients, everything else is going to fall into line. The money's going to be there, the income's going to be there, the referrals are going to be there. So it's all about customer service and taking care of our clients. And there is no better feeling than helping somebody achieve that goal when they send you a picture of, they're at the closing table, with their realtor or their lender.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's awesome. Well, I know we could probably go on for a long time. We're going to hit our last commercial break here. Enjoy this as we go to break. When we come back, we'll go through what we call rapid fire, which is just some fun, silly questions, a few of those to end the show, and then we'll let everybody kind of put a bow on things. So stick around. We'll be right back on the Community Difference Plano.
At the Community Difference Business Development Alliance, powered by the Difference Media, LLC, our mission is to empower small business owners by transcending acceptable behaviors and outcomes into exceptional realms. We foster a culture of self-awareness, accountability, and proactive engagement, guiding individuals to recognize and overcome indifference towards transformative actions, habits, behaviors, and processes driving meaningful change. Through strategic networking, impactful content creation, and innovative top-of-mind strategies, we cultivate brand relevance and differentiation, enabling our partners and the Difference community to stand out in crowded markets. With a focus on building authentic connections, amplifying brand presence, and driving sustainable growth, we equip entrepreneurs with the tools and mindset to navigate the complexities of entrepreneurship with confidence, innovation, and resilience. Together, we aim to be the catalyst for difference makers, propelling them towards their highest potential and leaving a lasting impact on their businesses and communities. That's where our community podcasts come in. These podcasts lie directly at the intersection of innovative business development and community involvement, helping to bridge the gap between small business obscurity often seen in our communities. The community-based podcasts called the Community Difference Series are an integral part of integrating all facets of modern business development into a package of great content, positive impact branding, and top-of-mind presence, thus fulfilling the greater mission we set forth. When we set out to be difference makers, we can learn to make a difference and find the success and impact innately desired by all business owners and entrepreneurs. We are difference makers.
Are you ready?
Rapid fire.
Welcome to Rapid Fire. The rules are you just give the first answer, no long explanation. If you ramble for too long, you're going to get the buzzer. Don't take it personally. There you go. The goal is just to have fun here. So I didn't know that it's National Emoji Day, so we're going to start with this one. What is your most used emoji, whether it be text, Facebook, whatever? Most used emoji. Megan, we're going to start with you.
That's easy. It's a B symbol because that's my logo.
Perfect. Austin.
Probably the laughing emoji.
You seem like a guy with a good sense of humor. Sean?
Definitely the simple like emoji.
Okay. Lauren?
Probably the eye roll or like slap in your face. Yeah.
The shaking my head one? Yes. Yeah. Scott?
I'm a Bitmoji guy, so mine is a Bitmoji of myself doing various and sundry, either hand raises or whatever.
I like it, taking it a step further.
Austin's laughing. He's probably seen them.
For me,
yeah.
Because I have small kids, it's either the shaking my head emoji or the poop emoji. That's a long story. We'll just leave it at that. Let's do a couple of would you rather. Would you rather have a pebble in your shoe that you can't remove, or always have a popcorn kernel stuck in your teeth? Austin.
Oh, popcorn kernel, because the pebble is going to move around, so your pain points are going to change, and it's like it's got to be popcorn kernel. It'll go away eventually.
Okay, Megan.
I'd rather have a pebble in my shoe. Same for Austin.
Scott.
I have to go with the popcorn kernel one. I hadn't thought about the pebble moving around, but now Austin's got me convinced.
Mm-hmm.
See, for me, I think that would actually be a benefit because it moves around and you can just kind of, the teeth is just always there. It's like, so I think I'd have to pick the kernel. Sean.
Definitely the pebble in the shoe. I cannot stand something in between my teeth.
Right. Lauren.
I'm going popcorn kernel because I just think about the pebble getting embedded in my foot walking around.
Okay. Well, that's fair. That's fair. Speaking of shoes, would you rather only be able to communicate through interpretive dance or have to wear squeaky shoes everywhere you go? Lauren.
I do not like being the center of attention, so I'd rather wear squeaky shoes because I could probably play it off on someone else.
Okay. Scott.
It was squeaky shoes, not sneaky shoes, Lauren. I'll do the squeaky shoes because the interpretive dance, I don't get it.
Megan.
Definitely dance because I was in drill team.
Austin.
Squeaky shoes. I'm terrible at dancing and charades, so.
Sean, you don't strike me as an interpretive dancer. No offense.
Yep, definitely not. I married a dancer. She loves to dance. She'll be out there doing the wobble, but I'm a wallflower, so I'm going to take. I'm going to take the other.
I'm right there with you. We have a lot less dance savvy group here. It seems like so. That's technically that's totally fine. Last two true or false. Last one true or false. I've accidentally walked into a glass door thinking it was open. True or false? Megan.
I have not done that. Thank goodness.
Austin.
False.
True.
Lauren.
True, more than once.
Scott.
I have broken a glass door walking into
Sean.
False. Never have.
That's good. That's good. You have better vision. I've done it with a thing of food and spilled the food. Probably twice. So that's really terrible. Well, guys, thank you so much. I want to put 45 seconds on the clock. Start with Sean. Give us a wrap up, your thoughts for today, what you enjoyed about the show, and what you want us to know in the next 45 seconds.
Yeah, I really enjoyed being a part of the show and, getting to know the other folks on here. I think the topic is great. We've got to be creative in finding other ways to source business. Having ambassadors of our brand is great. I do have that in the form of, realtors, lenders, and stuff. But, when it comes to credit repair, it's kind of funny. A lot of people don't want others to know they had bad credit, so they're not necessarily wanting to sign up to be, a brand ambassador. And so, I think, for us, the number one thing I need to do more of is I need to do more of posting on social media. I need to do videos. I love talking about what I do to groups. I don't know why the video thing is a little bit more challenging, but honestly, I think that's something I need to be doing.
That's true. Austin, 45 seconds to you. Wrap us up.
Yeah, I think just social media is such a big factor nowadays. I mean, I think, Scott, that's how you saw just with we hosted a DC Donor Appreciation Week a few weeks ago. And so it was thanking like some of our big box retailers that have distribution centers that donate. And our hashtag was the real DC superheroes. And so just thanking them and kind of being their biggest fans and stewarding them and just that whole brand ambassador that we hope that they'll go and talk to some of the manufacturers they work with and get us some more donations there. So I think just leveraging those people that know, like, and trust us to really give us some other referrals and connect us to other people in different networks.
Lauren, 45 seconds to you.
Thanks everybody for being on the show, and Sean, especially thank you for taking time out to share what you do with us. If y'all are intrigued by my background, this is Tahiti, and as an agency, we're hosting a trip to Tahiti in October 2025. So if you're interested in that, please don't hesitate to reach out. I think my email and phone number should be on the screen. But yeah, thanks everybody for being here.
Awesome. Scott, 45 seconds to you.
I really enjoyed talking about how to do the brand ambassador thing. we spend a lot of time. We have a lot of brand ambassadors for Fireboss Realty, and that's a lot of our business comes from those people that just keep putting us out there. I also enjoyed having Austin on the show. I've known Austin since he was born.
Oh, wow.
And what he does comes from, he is genetically predisposed to being a servant because his parents are also.
Man,
and so what he does just comes naturally to him. And there was a point in time when we probably could have quoted every line in the movie Titans. Remember the Titans, the football movie?
Still can.
We could have quoted every line, and we often would sit and watch that movie and quote every line together.
Megan, we got to go. Sorry you're getting cut short. Give us about 15 seconds, Megan. You're muted. Yeah, unmute. There you go. Well, it's not working. That's okay. Well, thank you. We'll get your technical issues fixed next time. Guys, thank you so much for being on the show today. Thank you to all of our sponsors, our amazing guests as we wrap up here. We'll be back next week with Asim Mahmood and Tyler Clifton to wrap up our topic of developing strategic partners going beyond referrals. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Plano is made possible by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Jim Thomas, business consultant and business funding expert, Tyler Clifton with Jay Galt, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Asia Mahmood with Windhaven Academy, Lauren Gill with My Live Love Travel, Scott Johnson with Fireboss Realty, and by Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference.